good afternoon from a lovely breezy Tuscany this afternoon, and I hope you can hear me all right. My name's Marisa Barilaro Sherrington, and welcome back to Residenza Toscana, where I'm showing you some beautiful properties in Tuscany at the moment. Now, as we are going to autumn, it's just stunning. So I'm standing in front of these amazing views with the sun in my eyes, but I'm showing you today a magnificent agriturismo, which is a country property that runs as a farm, that has farm stays, that they sell their own produce to the people, that they make their own olive oil, that they cook meals made from things that are on the property, that type of thing if you've never been to an agriturismo. But of course, it's a major property of 1,000 square meters of house. So you could do whatever you want. If you don't want to run it as a business, you can just have it as a very, very extended family home. Or for someone who is a developer, this house is incredibly priced. I will put the price at the end. So therefore you would have a massive property with olive groves, with land, with views, with a swimming pool, you'll see, with so much space, so many options, that you're going to want to grab this. This is an absolute bargain for someone who wants a project, who loves Tuscany and wants to have a big slice of this paradise. Enjoy the tour. So this is a working property that I'm at today, and I'm really excited about showing it to you because it's a beautiful property that is running as a business, but in fact it would make a beautiful private home. You would just be here. It feels like you're lost totally in the heart of Tuscany, and yet you're right near the village. It literally took us 5 minutes to drive here, so it's a wonderful spot. What a wonderful spot we're in, and look, I'm totally surrounded by wonderful olive trees on over 13 hectares of land. And this afternoon I'm coming to take you through yet another wonderful agriturismo, which this one here is just outside of my village of Chianni. And as you can see, it's lovely, a unique property. In fact, I just love the colour of the doors, the bright red doors. I drove up here and thought, oh, this is already making me happy and making me smile. So let's see what we have to discover here today. Beautiful agriturismo just outside of Chianni. So to explain how the building works, this is one very, very large building, as you saw, but it's in different sections. Now, this far extreme part on the left is totally to be done up by you. This is a wonderful thing that gives you a project, plus a running business, plus somewhere to live. So there's lots of potential and lots of possibilities here. I will be taking you inside, but this part here is totally to be restored and do whatever you like. Big space in there. Then if we come back to the middle part of the building, this is the lived in space, which yes, you might want to renovate it, you might want to update some things, but this is lived in. It has 4 to 5 apartments inside. Upstairs are all agriturismo apartments that you will see, and the proprietor, the vendor, lives here as well, runs the business, also has another little apartment inside that her mother lives in. Then if I swing around and show you at the end of the property, that far right end is also another part that can be restored into something else. So you have plenty of room and scope for change, improvements, making larger, lots and lots to go on here with, and it's just a wonderful project for someone. I'm just going to take you down here. This part here, as you can see, the walls that slope down, that's very typical of ancient buildings that date back to the late 1800s. The only cadastral, or the oldest cadastral maps that we have on this particular property are around the 1860s. Isn't this a gorgeous little building here? It's so beautiful. And look at these wonderful trees that that surround the building. Okay, so let's go and have a look inside. So this gorgeous building I was just showing you is actually the ancient bread oven, and I'm going to try and get up close for you and show you, oops, I'm just tripping on chairs here, show you inside. Oh wow, oh it's a really, really big one as well. It's beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? Can you imagine how many wonderful pizzas and loaves of bread you can cook in there? How fantastic. Oh my gosh, look at this. So when I said the left-hand end, you could do whatever you like, the minute I walked in here I got goosebumps. I thought, oh my gosh, I would make this into the most beautiful space for weddings if it was me. This is just, can you imagine? Now what you have to understand here as well, I'm going to show you, is that all of that ceiling has been changed. Can you see that that's all brand new timber? And of course the massive beams are all in perfect condition and have been tested, so that is really, really in top condition. There's nothing to be done there. These are very, very old floors that you can see, of course, at times have been dug up for new plumbing and things like that. So, of course, there's a lot of work to be done in here. You've even got the old carriage. And if I turn around, oh gosh, old bicycles. If I turn around, you've got the most magnificent old wine press in the corner as well. So how wonderful is that? Because this would make the most magnificent ballroom or games room, or as I said, a place to have weddings or occasions or anything you feel like doing. Or because it's an agriturismo, if you decided you wanted to do a massive restaurant, like a farm restaurant, you could do that. You could do so many things. In fact, if you wanted as your own home, you could even do a beautiful interior swimming pool. Can you imagine? I mean, the imagination runs wild, or at least mine does. You have the space to do whatever you like, and it's very luminous. We've just opened a couple of those doors. You can see there's huge doors at the back that are closed. That window and these windows, some of these are blocked up. So, but even with them blocked at the moment, it's very, very light inside here, which is great, and very cool as well, which is lovely. I've just come through that main front door downstairs, up these lovely terracotta staircase, and now I'm going to spin around and show you this magnificent lounge room. It's used as a communal room at the moment for the agriturismo, so people that are in this end of the building with their rooms up this end get to use this magnificent room. Now I'm going to show you, it has incredibly high, beautiful ceilings, a couple of lovely chandeliers there, very light with that skylight. It's a lovely temperature in here, but can you imagine on a cool autumn night or spring night, or in the middle of a cold winter's day, lighting that monumental fireplace? Isn't that magnificent? And let me just take you over. The windows are a little bit dirty, but this is at the front of the building where we've just come in there on the drive. Just spin around and show you that part again. So off to the corner of that room, we have this lovely kitchen. Again, very simple. You might want to come in here and do work and upgrade, but it's in perfect order. Beautiful, massive. Look at the size. That's like a full tree, that beam. It's so big. And you have lovely, lovely original terracotta on the floor. Just a very simple little kitchenette there in the corner, but a very comfortable room all the same. Now, it does have an adjoining door, so I've come in this way from the lounge, but you can come through and look at these timber doors. They're just delicious, aren't they? And they've got those oh, I just tripped. Lovely little handles. So let's go into this next room, which is one of the bedrooms. Again, the lovely cotto on the floor. This is set up as a double with an extra single in the corner. At the moment, they are not operating the property, so therefore there have been no people staying in it just now. But this is how it was set up, obviously for the agriturismo. And then you have your ensuite with a colour red on the floor that my husband would love because it's his football team's colour. Lovely bright red and white tiles. Again, you might want to change it, but it's all totally functioning and very, very clean and in very good condition. And it has a shower that you might want to put a shower screen on. I probably would. In fact, I might even extend the shower a bit if it was me. Very private, as you can see, just trees out there. And then we go back out to the bedroom, and then let's go down to the other side, off the other end of the lovely lounge room. So if I come off the other end of the lounge room, I'm coming into another section with a really cute eat-in kitchen again, little kitchenette with a very, very sweet glass hood and backdrop behind the little oven and sink area. Again, everything you need, beautiful high ceilings. All of this building has wonderful ceilings. And we have a lovely bathroom in here. So this is a really large bathroom with very high ceilings and a lovely skylight, a big sink area, a shower cubicle in the corner, which again I would probably change to make it larger. I think we're used to larger showers these days, but again, functioning. And then we have toilet bidet. And the tiles in here are actually very delicate. I quite like them. I don't know that I would change those. I thought they were very pretty as I walked in. So let's go back out here and turn left. Down a little corridor. Oh, and isn't this delightful? Now, this is obviously a big, again, king-size room, but they have 3 singles. It was probably kept for children. Can you see out into the forest there? Oh, it's beautiful. And the silence is fantastic. And then across the corridor from that room, again, oh, another wonderful size bedroom, again with beautiful ceilings. Slightly different terracotta floors in here. But, oh, and central heating throughout there, of course, as well. And I've noticed that all the windows have fly screens on them, which is important out in the country, so that's wonderful. This would make a wonderful family apartment up this end, wouldn't it? You've got everything you need to go on a lovely family holiday. But can you imagine if this was a family home as well, this entire building? My goodness, you could have extended family come and stay forever. Now, I've just come to the back of the building where those 2 apartments are, and there's a lot more apartments, but it would take me half a day to show you all the apartments that are. So we're going to focus on the importance. Now, there's a lovely terrace here, and it's actually beautiful here this afternoon because it's on the shady side. Just on a really hot day, there's a beautiful breeze, and all you're looking at is these beautiful, now these are a variety of oak that totally circle the property on most sides, except for the other side where we entered, where you get the big vistas. They are evergreen, so I didn't know there was any such thing as an evergreen oak, so that means you have always this beautiful green to look out onto. It creates a wonderful privacy block, if you like, from anything. Not that you need to be private from anything much out here, but still, people that love that security of feeling enclosed like that, it's wonderful. It gives you that beautiful oak forest that you could wander through. It goes back past this building at least 50 metres on this side. But we're on a big property. Now, I wanted to show you this wonderful ruin, or rustico here, which is the beautiful old barn. As you can see, there's wonderful brickwork on the front, which would look magnificent done up. This is also a project for you if you wish. There's a lot of space in that. It's over 2 floors, obviously, and it could make all sorts of beautiful things in there. I saw one of these once that was done up as a wonderful spa room. for treatments and things like that. So if you're wanting to create like a luxury country property here, you could do all sorts of things with that space as well. So of course that's a project. Now what you can also do in Tuscany is that you can take the volume of that and actually put it somewhere else on the land. As long as you use the same volume and footprint, but elsewhere on your property, you are allowed to rebuild that way, which is excellent. So it means if you feel like this is too close to the back of the property, it could go elsewhere. Now, we've come into an interesting part of the house where this is a big part where I said, this is up to you. Masses and masses and masses of space here to do whatever you like. I'm just going to show you a little bit. As you can see, there's some new walls there where a bathroom was being planned with a bedroom. And that is right up now the far right-hand end of the building from the front. These are all new walls. The entire roof has been rebuilt. So that is the biggest cost you will ever have in an old building in Italy. So when you have a massive building like this with a perfectly new roof, you are good to go. A lot of the flooring through here is original. It's a lovely doorway with the curve that you can see there. I love this. This has a lovely entryway coming up from the back of the house. So you have a separate entrance here that could make this totally private and blocked off from the rest if you wish. And then I just come up this little stair here into another beautiful room. Again, there's that new roof again. Lovely old terracotta on the floors. I won't walk out here, but there's another very, very large luminous space here that could even be made or left as a big loggia. They've got that great big window with a door that looks like they were going to go out onto a terrace. So that might have been their plans to do that, I would say. Let's spin around. That's a lovely old timber door. Gosh, I love that. Love seeing old doors. So there's obviously a little doorway to something there. And then we come back out here. And the last part of this end bit here is an old kitchen, which has, again, lovely arched windows going out to the front of the house. And again, plenty of possibilities. Now I've come into my first apartment on the ground floor, and look what we find down here. I just love these beautifully restored barrel ceilings. So let me walk in and spin around for you. We're in a lovely eat-in kitchen and living space. Now, there are things stored in here because, as I said, it's not in use at the moment, but you have an old stone sink, 4-burner stove there, cooktop I should say. Obviously an oven can go underneath. You have all the space you need to create a lovely living space there. And then if we come through here, we have a bathroom which is rather large. Now this was, if you like, this room was made also to be able to have handicapped, if you like, someone that's disabled to come in here. So hence it's been done in a very different fashion. So of course you could make that a beautiful bathroom because you have tons of space. And over here we have what can be more living space, bedroom, whatever you like. As you can see, there were a couple of beds here. Now, of course, this property on the ground floor connects with the lady's living area. Now, her elderly mum is in there at the moment, and we're not actually going to go through that because all of the rooms are very similar. But if you can imagine, you could have, it's so big upstairs, you could have your living totally across the bottom floor because all the rooms are very, very ample like this. You have the barreled ceilings, You also have the Tuscan ceilings in some rooms. You have walls that have been partly rendered, others that have the lovely stonework, like in this one. The gorgeous little arch there. As you can see, you have the central heating throughout. So really, it's totally up to you how you use all this massive space, because there is just room after room after room. They are all ample. They all have lovely high ceilings. And really, it really is up to you how you would use all this wonderful space, because we just have so many opportunities with the space, don't we? What a wonderful project for someone. I'm now at the back right-hand end of the building, if we were facing the building from out the front. There now is the front of the finile, the rustico I showed you, that could be rebuilt either here or elsewhere. And if I spin around, now of course I'm not showing you a luxury swimming pool, but I am showing you a very, very, very large swimming pool. I would say that's, gosh, I'll double check, but that looks like it's at least 8-9 meters across, maybe 10 by 12, 13, 14. It's a really, really big pool. And of course, it's not in use. But can you imagine, it just needs some TLC. It's been covered. I can see that the lining underneath looks in good condition, but we can check that. It would need TLC, but it's fully fenced. It has plenty of room around it to relax. And you're in the heart of all these beautiful fruit trees now, and also the rest of all those oaks. And behind us is a little orchard where I was just looking at some lovely kaki trees. It's just peace and tranquility, and it could be absolutely sensational. I've just brought you down behind the orchard where I was very tempted to pick some figs, but there were a whole lot of animals, little beasts trying to beat me to it. And we have a lovely little lake that is rain-fed, but is really, really sweet. And then I'm going to take you over this side and show you some of the panorama behind. I was just standing here at the front thinking if you did weddings inside that huge space, this would be wonderful to put fairy lights from one building across to the other and make this a wonderful outdoor dance place. Wouldn't that be wonderful? You could have dancing, you could have tables, you could set it up with all sorts of beautiful outdoor trellis tables for eating. And this could be lit up beautifully inside with the forno going, cooking your pizzas or your chickens or your bread. And you're under the shade of these beautiful trees with this beautiful light breeze blowing. And then there's a little tiny covered area I didn't show you with a vine growing over it, which the vine looks like it needs to be renewed. But again, you have the space there to even build that out, extend it out the back and have a big covered pergola under vines that goes around that corner if you wish. Honestly, my mind is just going crazy thinking of all different projects because, as you may have understood by now, I'm a bit of a serial developer of houses and I just love architecture. I'm just walking back down the driveway just to show you. So that's where we have left our car. But attached to the property and also in another field beyond, on that larger part of the property, you have probably around 800 olive trees by memory, the lady was saying, and they've always made their own olive oil. So you also have the possibility to create your own olive oil as well, of course, with all those beautiful plants. And then I'm just spinning around to show you again the property behind. And look at those wonderful Tuscan hills that roll all the way around that side. And then I'll spin around the other side to show you the other view. So back to the house to my left. And this is still all the property here. And look at those incredible views. You can see all the way to Volterra, Leatico. It's an incredible distant view. So Elisa was saying to me over in the property on that side over there, if you wanted to cut some trees, of course, to have more views, say from the pool area, you could cut some of the trees and some of the growth that was there, and you would be looking straight out at this. But because the owner at the moment loves her trees, she has just left them. She's happy to just come out to different parts of the property and look at the view from there.